I am David Shing with AOL. Well, I think we have some problems even in the now. So there's an oversaturation of information. It's creating this fear of missing out, but it's also creating this anxiousness in people, I think, because of it. And it's also making us disconnect as humans. So, being in digital for many years, I'd like to use technology to make me a better human than a less connected human. So I use digital to make sure that we can connect better. But I don't think people always do that because we're in a distracted economy right now, right? So that's just kind of where we are as people in this society. But what I think is interesting around that is that there is an opportunity for that to change. So that's part of the problem, is lots and lots and lots of distraction. But it's also a problematic with children, especially when we've got these connected devices, right? And it's very easy that I see parents give over an iPad to somebody and say, just entertain yourself. Now, the challenge with that is if they're all this, they lose perspective. And I'm talking gazing up perspective like we are here on this Ferris wheel. This is a perspective. A lot of people lack the perspective. Then they lack patience. Because they can skim across the top of everything, then they don't go deep, man. So they're really not intrigued by what the depth of what this could be. And we need that to happen because we want people to be able to dream out loud. We want people to be able to dream and be creative when they do dream. So if you think about augmented reality, you could probably think that's really one of the most disconnect experiences. But where I have faith about augmented reality is when I do this, Tony, my hands are now part of the scene, where today they're not. So all I'm saying, it's virtual because I don't see my hands, I don't smell the scents. But it may make me a better technician. I might be able to be guided through being able to change the engine of my car, which is an incredible opportunity for me to learn something which I normally wouldn't give a stuff about, which I want somebody else to do, but I may want to do that. And I think it leans into the maker's culture. So technology that makes me thirsty to make stuff is a really interesting high as well. The other high is obviously creativity's been democratized. You don't have to be a number one brand in the world to have a number one recognized brand. You just have to be useful. You have to create these things that people actually find super contagious. And that could happen not because you spend in marketing, it's because you create something that people give a stuff about. So that's an amazing opportunity. And that's why I think we're seeing more and more and more people who are entrepreneurs, who aren't just people going into companies saying, I'm going to be a lifer here, and this is the only company I'm going to give a stuff about. We're seeing that change now where people, they can fast fail in organizations today much faster than ever before with low commitment, but a lot more sort of opening up the grey matter to take risks. And I think that's part of where I'm super excited about where we're headed. Technology advanced to a point where it becomes ubiquitous. So what happens today, it doesn't feel like we're there. We still have these interrupted experiences. But if I was to do this to you, man, you're going to say, well, what are you doing that for? We're in the middle of an interview right now, and all you're doing is pissing me off. Right. You're interrupting our relationship. Yeah. This is a powerful tool, but it can also be incredibly disruptive. So how do we make this an even smarter, better tool for us to have a better relationship?